Hello everyone, I'm Ron Sanangelo, Southbridge Town Manager. One of the things that I'm trying to do is to demonstrate the types of businesses that we have right here in Southbridge. We want to encourage you, the citizens of town, to explore the many wonderful businesses we have and to utilize them every way you can. So today I'm at a great location. I'm really excited about a new business that has just recently come to Southbridge, the Specific Chiropractic Center. And with me today is my guest, the owner of that center, and the operator of that center, is what I'm going to make it simple. We call him Dr. Dan. Dr. Dan, welcome to Southbridge.
All right, thank you, Ron. Thank you so much for coming down to the office and spending a little bit of time and explaining what the Specific Chiropractic Center is going to be doing for the city of Southbridge.
No, Dan, I was really excited when you came and came into my office and said you wanted to get involved in Southbridge. Not just be a business owner, but participate in our community. That's really great when we have business owners who care about the town that they're doing business in. So thank you. I think you'll be on the Economic Development Commission as well, right?
I am. I'm part of the Economic Development Commission, helping businesses in the area develop and grow. And I'm also a partner in the Southbridge Business Partnership Organization, too, and going to their meetings. So I've been slowly getting myself implemented in the town. And so I've been really fortunate that the city of Southbridge has adopted me from someone from out of state into being part of the community.
So we're really, really happy to have you. Now, we're talking about the Specific Chiropractor Center, and we're located, where are we? I know we're on...
We're on 22 Goddard Street, right behind the Cumberland Farms.
Very easy to find, right behind the Cumberland Farms. The interesting part of this, we were talking a little bit about this business, and this is not just you created this business. Tell us about the structure of this business, and are you the only one, or are there more specific chiropractic centers around the country?
Great. Lots of times I get that question, what is the specific? And what I always tell people that, I'm not the specific, I'm actually part of the specific organization. It's actually a chiropractic franchise, and we have 20 offices across the country. And what's so great about that is that the processes and procedures that we do here in Southbridge is the same that we do in Watertown, which is the other specific office here in Massachusetts, but it's the same as Oklahoma City, it's the same as Oakland, California. And what's so great about that is that it creates a consistency that people who have issues in Colorado, people who have issues in Texas, they all get well because we have an established track record of getting people well, and that's what the Specific provides.
I got to tell you, it's really nice. I come in, I can smell fresh paint. This is a brand new business. It's completely remodeled, and it's really, really comfortable to come here. I notice that as soon as you come in, you feel welcome. There's nice pictures on the walls. It's a nice soft blue that kind of mellows you down. So it's really nice. And I know that people are a little apprehensive when they come to a chiropractor. Many people come for the first time.
Yes.
They really don't know what you do. What does a chiropractor do? What kind of services do you provide to your patients?
Absolutely. That's a very common question. And actually, part of the Specific, in terms of our standard and processes, deals with an issue that is unfortunately a kind of a problem in our profession, lack of standardization. You go to an optometrist, there's a standard of care, a level that, someone's going to check out your eyes. Go to a podiatrist, probably going to take a look at your feet. You go into another chiropractic office, you don't know what you're going to get. But at least in this office, what we try to do is we try to assess the spine for biomechanical restrictions, meaning that's fancy doctor words for, spines that's not moving correctly. And we try to locate and identify where the problem is. I actually use these are my instruments, and so I actually put my hands on bones and put bones back into alignment. And what I found is that the body's an incredible machine. It is so intelligent. The body is so intelligent. It's so smart. It can take a cell from mommy, a cell from daddy, squish them together, and in 9 months there's a being.
I always think when I think of chiropractor, I think of a bad back, which I happen to have. You know what I mean? And many people, thousands of people, I'm sure, in Southbridge will all have that back. It kills them when they wake up in the morning or when they try to lift something.
Yeah.
So I would imagine that your biggest clientele is people that have trouble with their back or their arm. What exactly is I know your spine, the whole spine, but what exactly is sort of the main thrust? Lower back, what do you do?
So what I try to do is I do an assessment, and getting back to what I was talking about with the intelligence of the body, is I actually do some testing, and it's called nervous system testing. So that sort of testing is what I'm measuring is those sort of impulses from your brain to your body, that almost like an electrical system. And when I can identify if there's a restriction or pressure or an interference, what I do is assess, does somebody have this interference? And if they do, can I remove it? And then once I've relieved that interference, whether somebody has back pain, whether somebody has issues, the body is so intelligent is that it starts healing itself and getting better. And so sometimes I don't know if I can help somebody, but if I can do my testing and if I find what I think I'm going to find, that's, I know I can fix it, and then people get well.
So one of the things I want to do is I want to show you a little bit about this business. So we're going to go on tour. So with that, we're going to go into what next is called the treatment room. So with that, we're going to walk in. I think we're going to pause for a moment and come back to the treatment room.
Great.
Let's go.
All right.
So now we're back and we're in the treatment room here at Dr. Dan's office. And I want to just kind of scan really quickly and show you around the room. I'm reading particularly on the wall here. It says, empowering our communities to make smart choices relative to their health and wellness. And that's really, I think, sort of a logo of what this does, trying to improve people's health and make very good choices to protect their spine and to make sure they stay healthy, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
So here, frankly, I lay down because it's been a long day, but we have the beautiful table here people can lay down on and get treatment from. It's a very comfortable looking office with a light kind of gray shade to it, some pillows to make people sleep better, because a lot of people have problems with their back and neck as a result of the way they sleep. I see that's here. And this is where people would come in to get actual treatment. And then next I'm going to take you into, what do we call this wonderful room next door? We have a patient in there.
So right now we do have a patient there resting, but what I call this room is the resting and acclimation room. So part of my treatment process is not to rush somebody in, treat them and rush them out. I actually want them to be acclimated. And so anytime a patient comes into the office, the first thing that you do is they spend at least 10 to 15 minutes acclimating to the room temperature, because that's part of my diagnosing process. But in addition to after receiving treatment, this is also the recovery room. So in this room, I don't just rush people out the door. I want that adjustment that I've delivered when I've taken a bone and putting it back into alignment. I want it to settle in. And so what happens in this room is people rest right after a treatment, and I find that I don't need to adjust as much, because the goal of my care is not to adjust as many times as possible, but actually to adjust as few times as possible and allow the body to heal itself, so people don't rely on me as sort of a band-aid. I'm actually getting resolution with my patients, and it starts with making sure that when I do an adjustment that it sticks and that people get well.
So it's sort of interesting. We turned up the lights here a little bit to be able to show you the room, but usually it has sort of a darker glow to it. I'm afraid we're gonna have to wake this patient up, because it's so relaxing in here. It gives you a chance to get ready for your treatment. And then after your treatment, it gives you another chance to kind of rest and relax. It's a very calming kind of treatment center, and I really think people appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful room. It's got recliners in it. You can kind of kick back and relax. So it's part of the treatment is to kind of settle yourself down, to relax and get ready for. I don't think treatments hurt, do they?
No. The thing about treatment, and lots of times that people, there's a big misconception about that. Am I going to get hurt, or at least with my experience, that most people, the worst thing that can happen is that they just don't get better. People never get worse; they can only get better. And lots of times when people come in, it's a matter of me doing my when I do my assessment properly. It's nothing but good news and nothing but better improvement with their body.
All right. Yeah, we're going to move next probably into the X-ray room, because you do X-rays and stuff. But let's talk a little bit about the issue that people always care about. Is this covered under my health insurance?
Right.
I mean, I want to know, because I don't have any money to pay for this. I want to, maybe I have to pay a deductible. Right. But is this affordable to the average citizen here in Southbridge to deal with a person that has that bad back? Tell me a little bit about that and how you deal with insurance companies and that kind of thing.
Absolutely, it's a very, very good question, a very common question I get a lot here in the office. Do you take my insurance? Does it help? And the answer is yes. Now, the trick to the insurance, at least insurance payments, is being in network. And if you're in network, what that means is that you have to make an application, you have to apply, and then they have to accept you. And so what we've done is we've applied to a lot of the major insurance carriers. We're not in every insurance, because that's very difficult, because you need to have a huge staff and being able to handle each rule and regulation for each insurance company. But we are in network with Blue Cross Blue Shield, we're in network with Mass Health, we're in network with Medicare, and so we have found, and Harvard Pilgrim. And what we found is that covers a lot of the insurances in town. And so what the insurance provides is a partial payment, or they help with care depending on the number of visits that somebody has in their plan and what a deductible and whether it's been met or not. So yes.
So once again, when you're looking in your Blue Cross guide as to who participating people are, and you're looking under chiropractor, you're looking for the specific chiropractor center with Dr. Dan is going to be a person. So that's what you want to look to make sure that you qualify and that your insurance covers this plan.
Yep.
With that, our next room is going to be the x-ray room. I'm kind of interested in seeing that.
Yep.
I always think of x-ray room in doctor's offices, not even in regular doctor's office. Usually we have to go to some center for x-rays, but you have it here.
Right.
So let's take a second. We're going to pause and we're going to head up to the x-ray room and we're going to let the patient behind us go to sleep because we're talking way too loud. All right, with that, we're on our way.
All right, thanks.
Welcome to the Specific Chiropractor Center's x-ray room. This is really kind of a neat room, and this is where you get a chance to really take a look at someone's spine and see what the condition of the spine is. You know, I see the x-ray equipment here. Why don't you tell us just a quick note on your training? What do you know about doing x-rays? And I take it you can read, obviously you're a doctor, you can read x-rays and stuff.
Absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about your training and why people should feel comfortable. You can read an x-ray and then apply what you learned in that x-ray to whatever service or treatment they need.
Oh, absolutely. No, that's a great question. So in chiropractic college, typically training is 3 to 4 years of schooling, and within those 3 years, 2 of them are dedicated every year to do x-rays, whether it's positioning, whether it's the physics, whether it's being able to read x-rays. In fact, part of the national board licensing process is actually taking a test, just learning how to read x-rays, not only on alignment, but sort of conditions, pathology. And so I've had extensive training in looking at x-rays. But what I like to point out about the x-rays that we do here in this office is, when I have somebody's health in my hands, I don't want to be guessing. And what the x-rays allow me to do is to look beneath the skin to pinpoint exactly where the problem is. So if I see someone, and not only do we do static x-rays, which that means just standing still, we actually do something called motion x-rays, which is something that probably most people have never experienced. A motion x-ray is where I would take an x-ray in what I call a neutral position, and then I'll have them bend their neck, and I'll take another position, and like an animation, I'll see this, and then I'll see this, and I'll see this.
Movements.
Yeah, and I'll see the motion. And so it's very clear as day for me when the motion is restricted, then I know where to do my treatment. So it really helps me get people well faster because I know exactly how to get them well.
You know, it's great that we have these kind of businesses here in Southbridge. Again, I came to say the name because I want you to remember this Southbridge business because it's part of what we're trying to do here. We're trying to show you the kind of great organizations, great business we have in town. So it's the Specific Chiropractor Center. We've looked at the different rooms. We looked at the treatment room. We looked at I'm going to call it the relaxation room.
Yes.
Some people would be my favorite room if I came here.
It is.
And now we're looking at the x-ray room. And the facility is all new, freshly painted. It's a beautiful facility. Yes, it's under your treatment, Blue Cross and Blue Shield, so you want to look them up. And I'll say this, there's things about business leaders. One is that they're good business people, but there's also something called just being a nice guy. Dan is what I call just a nice guy. He's the kind of guy that makes you feel comfortable when you come in the office. And frankly, chiropractor's office is not the place I would just feel comfortable. Let me go out and let somebody mess with my back. So it's nice that you have that kind of personality that you make people feel welcome into this place. And you did a great job with the facility. We, the town of Southbridge, the town council, the people in involved in business, we want to welcome you here. We want you to know that you are important to us, that your success is important to us. We wish you the best. And is there anything else that you want to say before we finish the show?
Sure. I don't know when the airing of this episode is going to be, so I just wanted to make an announcement that we're having a grand opening on Saturday, September 16th from 1 to 5 p.m. here at 22 Goddard Street. So I'd like to invite the entire community. If you're watching this and it's beyond September 16th, you can still come on down to 22 Goddard Street. It would be my pleasure to personally give you a personalized tour and show you all these rooms myself because I feel like once people see it, they'll believe it. And I just want to say thank you, Ron, for coming in and spending time with me, because I know here at the Specific Chiropractic Centers, what we stand for is to give people hope so they can get well to live life.
So, once again, Specific Chiropractic Center, right behind Cumberland Farms, beautiful new building, good quality doctor, can do the job, can help you, and I want to continue to highlighting and showcasing businesses like yours. But thank you, citizens of Southbridge, for watching this. I encourage you, whatever business you shop here in Southbridge, do business here in Southbridge. It creates jobs, creates economic wealth in our town, and it's just all around great for our community. Dan, congratulations. Thank you for the time.
Thank you.
I look forward to working with you in the future. Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Ron.
You're welcome. There you go. Yeah, goodbye.